All right, folks, with me now is Romario Prendergast, who is a pump student at the Micro University College. And pump means pre-university men's program at Micro. Great story. Morning. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time.
Good morning.
From Trenchtown.
Yes.
Still live in Trenchtown.
Yes.
Give me a little background of Romario.
Well, Romario background is quite broad. I am the Secretary of the Trenchtown CDC, Benevolent Society, the President and Public Relations Officer of Shekinah Foundation. That is a foundation geared to children without legs. I'm also a member of the E-Leaf Club and a kitchen supervisor at Chicken Mistress Limited, trading as Island Girl.
And where you find time to do all of that?
Well, God has been good. So during my 2 day offs that I'm granted at Chicken Mistress, I provide service to the less fortunate.
Why?
Because I believe that is an avenue to help, impart knowledge, educate, and entertain those who have been neglected by our society.
When you say those who have been neglected, what do you mean exactly by that?
Because from Trenchtown, you have the stigmas, the discriminations, the stereotypes. And coming from there with all these accolades and positions, I think it would be the best avenue to serve those who have been, well, turned away from by society because they have been deemed unattached or at risk.
Yeah. Growing up in Trenchtown is not easy. If you're not sitting in a corner like a thug, if you're not rubbing out your hand, you're not a man. You're not sitting in a corner like a thug, and you're not rubbing out your hand. Why? How come you didn't go that way?
Because I must give credit to how I was raised by my mother, Nerissa Murray, and also my grandmother who has passed, Estella Murray. They have instilled in me over time values and morals that I should and must carry on.
They would not be the first parent or grandparent to do that, and some of us still fall by the wayside. Was their leadership that strong, or did you realize quickly that I better do what they want me to do?
Well, their leadership was strong, but at the very same time, I realized that I didn't want to be a statistic. Because a couple years ago, I lost my neighbor, who was Andrew Gale, by extraditional killing. And outside of that, I realized that there's the male in the community is just going one way. It's either you're incarcerated or you're dead. And I never wanted to be any of the two, so I decided a change must come.
Yeah. How do you, for want of a better phrase, get along with your peers in the community, those, the thugs and the folks who are rubbing out their hand middle? By the way, if you hear rubbing out your hand middle, it is weed them smoking, if you don't understand what that means. But how do they see you now, and how do you see them?
Well, the thugs and me have, well, some have a rapport, while some believes that I am not, or you say, I am not one of them, or for the lesser words, I was stabbed in last year, stabbed twice.
You were stabbed?
Yes, I was.
Why?
Near-death experience.
Why?
Because some persons thought then that I'm behaving like I'm better than them, or some use it as a political means, because I was told by the aggressors that it's political. Some says that I'm still trying to understand the reason behind it, but I'm still not there yet.
But you're still entrenched, though?
I'm still there.
Are you concerned that you might be hurt again?
No, I'm not concerned, because I think that the justice system works and mediation works. I'm also a trained mediator, and I believe that process of due course works.
Yeah. You said you wanted to be a lawyer, and I said wanted, because that's what you said. Why did you change your mind from going to law school, or have you changed your mind?
Well, I don't think I've changed my mind, but I'm just not there yet financially. Well, I hope my friends from the public and private sector will come on board quite soon as I'm finished with the Micro University, to provide some financial support.
So
and
you
I
still want to
certainly
be a
will
lawyer?
be there. Yes, because I think there is a lot of issues that are not addressed, and I think I am the vehicle to address those issues.
Like?
Coming from Trenchtown.
Some of the issues would be what?
Some of the issues will be abuse. Some would be justice is not yet, or justice system is not there yet. And I think I am the person coming out of the quote-unquote ghetto to represent our ghetto rights.
Yeah. Because of where you came from and how you came from there, how did you end up at Michael?
Well, I was introduced to the pre-university men's program because you said earlier, a PUM student. I'm a past PUM student.
You're a past PUM student.
I was introduced to the program by a friend of mine, and I decided to try it because during that time I was doing a lot of community service activities, short courses, mediation here, conflict resolution there. So I decided, somebody always said I have a teacher thing about me, so I decided to try it. When I tried it, I completed on top. I finished on top of my class.
Congrats.
And it's the reason I'm the James Lee Gore Scholarship recipient today.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What you going to teach?
Well, I'm in the hospitality industry. So outside of my education at Boys Town Vocational Training Center, I'm now in the Faculty of Science and Technology at the Michael University College.
Yeah.
Pursuing a Bachelor of Education in Family and Consumer Science.
Oh, brilliant. Trenchtown is an amazing place.
Very.
We all know that from the music to the sports to everything. What do you want to see happen in Trenchtown? What are you not happy with down there, and how can things be changed?
Well, things are progressing slowly, but the thing is that Trenchtown has got a lot of help in recent times in terms of social reform. Development is coming on stream because I'm seeing where we have our water system being regularized. But there's a lot of things that are not there yet in terms of the rapport with the security forces. I'm still seeing our men being abused. I'm still seeing our men being targeted. And I think...
You're still seeing the men in Trenchtown being abused by
the security forces.
In what way? What you mean when you say that?
I too, I would say I'm a victim. Because coming from Trenchtown, especially now that we're on a special zone of operation, I think the rapport, the disrespect by the security forces, I think we should nearly look to that side, because the rapport between men and the security is either if you come off of the street, hey boy, move from yourself, and if you're trying to have a conversation, the rapport is just disrespectful, because just
even
recently,
with you?
Even recently, I was told by a member of the security forces I'm too educated. I'm going to move from yourself.
Police or soldier tell you that?
Police, because my grandmother passed recently and we're having the celebration. And it was the special zone, we're still under the special zone operation. I was trying to have a dialogue with the member, saying that I have a permit and I went through the necessary channels. And the police said to me, so why you speak to me like that, using all English? So I'm saying English is not a part of our dialect anymore. But when I expect you coming from the yourself to speak like that, or you chat to one, so, hey boy, move from yourself. So I was taken aback. So I'm just looking at it, looking from outside coming in. The stigma is you're young, you come from Trenchtown, you're a little boy, you're not supposed to be educated.
And you said you had your permits and everything.
And I had my permits.
The end result of that conversation was what? You were
They turned it off.
They turned it off?
Yes.
Even though you had the right to have it on?
Yes. Because it's within their powers to act, so I allowed them.
But I don't understand. Why would you get permission? Wouldn't it be the same security forces who would have given you the permission?
And they said they have the power to turn it off, even if that is so.
Wow.
The issues that we're facing down there.
No, I know they can. They're in charge. But if they give you the permission, and were you doing something
I guess it's
that
abuse of
was
power.
outside of what you were authorized to do?
I was in the confines of a space because I was using the Trenchtown Peace and Justice Center. So I wasn't outside. I said to him I wasn't abusing any laws. I was upholding them because I'm in the confined space that is required. The music wasn't loud because my grandmother is 90 years old. the type of people that would be there, it wouldn't be a Booga Yaga setting, to say the least. So I was expecting due course, you know, respect even, but that wasn't given. I move along nonetheless. Hence the reason why I said youth, young men, young people, old people from ghettos have to have a representation.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity finally to sit with these young men who you think are not going the right way? Have you had a chance to sit with them and tell them your story and give them ideas of how they might be able to come out of where they are?
Well, using the youth club, because I also sit on the Youth with a Vision Youth Club as the chairman pending, acting chairman really, when the chairman is not there. So I use those avenues in terms of the youth club. As the secretary of the Trenchtown CDC, I use that avenue as well.
CDC is what?
Community Development Committee, Benevolent Society. So I use those community forums to impart and educate knowledge about social reform, development, because you have a lot of programs coming on stream from JSIV, from CSJP, and different partners. Just recently, before USAID completed, USAID Comet 2 completed their project in Trenchtown, they also were there because we just recently opened a community resource center, the Alvin Ashley Center. So we're using those spaces to reform the minds of our young men, young people even, to do something better of themselves, make something of themselves.
Great to meet you.
Thank you so very much.
Good
My
luck.
pleasure.
Good luck. Fantastic story. Past pump student from Michael University College, Romario Prendergast. All right, we're going to go for a break in a little while. They will be speaking about the Kingston Music Week. Stay with us, please.